So, parenting tip number 75 is one that has been ingrained in me ever since I was a little girl, and that is the importance of time management and just keeping a planner, a to do list, and breaking down big tasks into manageable chunks. So when I was little, my mom is from Japan and she would have her to-do list written in Japanese. My dad would have these tiny, tiny to-do lists and they would list the date and they would list what specific things he had to do. He would have to vacuum the living room. He would have to get a car battery. He would have to, do some yard work. But I was taught to really make planning, organizing, and filling out a schedule on a daily basis. So I was the little girl who had the color coded calendar. I would make sure that I put a sticker or cross out. The feeling of crossing out a task to me is just so fulfilling because it just makes me feel accomplished. So you might have a child who just does not like to be organized, who just does not want to write in a planner. So some kids will have a harder time, but if you teach them the importance of planning and writing down a to-do list, if they have a huge book report, I have some teachers who are really good at teaching them to just make it into very manageable steps. Step one, read the book by a certain day, even as far as how many chapters to read a week, right? And then do your outline, write the theme. Maybe they have to do a summary or their opinion, but really break it down so that it's not an overwhelming task where a 2 week project turns into a 1 day, like panic stricken. Oh my gosh, I haven't read the book and now I have to write this book report, right? We've seen kids and I've taught kids who, I go there and their book report is due the next day and they haven't read the book. Well, then I teach them major skimming skills, and it is possible. It is very possible, but you do not want to be a procrastinator. So when I go in as a tutor, it's not just about academics, right? It truly is to teach life skills and time management, keeping a calendar, and just knowing how to write a to do list. And knowing that you can't just write it down, you have to actually look at your to do list and cross off items that when they're done. My mom was famous for taking her shopping list to the store. She would cross it off before she got the item, knowing that she was on her way to get the item. Well, oftentimes she would forget and then she would come home and I would say, "Why did you cross out the cucumbers?" "Oh, because I knew that I was going to get it." "Did you get it?" "Oh, no, I forgot. I'll just go back to the store." There's so many reasons that we don't make the time, right? A lot of times you just think, I just don't have the time, or, I'll remember the 5 items. I do practice and teach memory skills so that if you do not have a pencil and paper, you do the memory tricks to remember that you need to get, carrots and cucumbers and kitty litter and, napkins, toilet paper. But if anything, the skill of writing down what you need at the store, what supplies you need for a project, deadlines, and just writing down in a planner. Nowadays, there are so many people who do the Google Calendar. They, write it down in post-it notes on their laptop, on their phone. There really is no excuse to just keep some organizational method. I do the old fashioned calendar because I don't know, something about writing down and then I can use, it's just tangible and I can carry it, I can look at it. And if something happens to my phone, if something happens to my laptop, I will have my list, right? So I urge you to teach your children time management skills, the importance of keeping a planner, the importance of really breaking down big tasks into chunks, and just, don't be a nag about it, but, make it a point to sit down with them and explain without nagging. If you lecture the importance of scheduling, it's not going to work because your kids will be just turned off by it, and you'll sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. When you say your words of wisdom on planning and scheduling, they'll hear wah, 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 which is not very effective. And that's parenting tip number 75. Happy planning and happy to do list creation time. Okay? Bye.